It's me. It's Riggs. And what is it, Case? It's the what?
9th of
No,
May.
I was going to ask you what the date was. What's the name of this segment we do?
Oh God, he's attacking.
He's going back
attacking.
after it. Oh my gosh, so cute. We just love this little guy so much. And he's not really a little guy. Daily Landsblog is what I was looking for because we only do 2 daily Landsblogs a week. You may have to stand up, Case. I'll stand up with you.
He's so cute.
2 daily Landsblogs a week and 5 shows of Isolation Nation. And I'm loving the experience of doing it. And I'm loving the fact that you get to go long form with people. You get to ask them questions. You get to learn something about them. And you get to hear philosophies about mental illness. And I have to say, to some extent, it's been a humbling experience for me. And people use that all the time. You know, they get an award and then they get up there and they say, this is so humbling. Well, why is it humbling if you get an award? Does that make sense, Case? That people use that term?
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense at all. I'm going, well, why are you humbled? You just won this Emmy Award or this Academy Award. In theory, you're going to be less humble. So the context that I'm using it in is that I have heard from a couple of dozen people, and especially like 5 of them, who I realize understand mental illness absolutely as well as I do, which is not surprising because I think everyone that suffers understands it. But to find people that can communicate it, and in the case of Serena Ryder, in the case of Nate Burleson, in the case of Jennifer Hedger, these are people that express themselves better than I express myself. And I thought, you know what? I'm really good at this. And I think I am good at this. But then you meet people and you go, oh my gosh, those people have rare ability. And it's humbling because you realize, you know, you're not at the top of the charts anymore. I'm not going to say anymore. No, I think it's great. I feel like the world's got a chance. That you have all of these people out there who some use their platforms, but most don't. And then you find out that they have a message which will immediately change people's lives. And you say, oh man, someone's got to encourage them to come out, because Nate Burleson, I mean, sure, he was open about his mental illness and incredibly eloquent, but I'm not sure that if I wouldn't have asked him the question about his mental health, whether he struggled in the past, whether he would have served it up. Jennifer Hedger, I know, we did an event in Peterborough. This was probably 3 years ago now, Case?
Yeah.
3 years ago, and I asked her to come and speak, and I had no idea that she was going to do what she did. And she got up onto stage, and I was just trying to, ask her to show up because she's a celebrity and because she's really gracious and charming. And she got up and she started talking about how depression had taken her down in her life and how she continues to battle it. And you could hear Wrigley breathing, but that was now, not then. You could hear people breathing. You could hear hearts beating. That's how focused they were. And I listen to her now and I say, she needs to share the message, even though sharing it is painful, because talking is painful when you're struggling. So that's what's humbling for me, is realizing that there's voices out there that are incredible. And it's just enough for me to be able to say, okay, let's find a platform to hear from them. SickNotWeak.com. You're going to have to give me a number, Case. 24 hours a day, and how many days a week? A year?
384.
We're up to 384 days. And, how can you have 384 days? The answer is we're doing at least a half hour.
This show's a lot of work, people.
That show is a lot of work. There's a lot of Michael. There's a lot of Casey. There's a lot of Corey. There's a lot of Kim. There's a lot of Phil. There's a lot of Mark. Am I leaving anyone else out?
Not right now.
Yeah. Jessica. I mean, she doesn't make the top grade,
No.
Okay? Yeah, but she makes it. We'll see you tomorrow on Isolation Nation's sister show, Daily Landsblog.